On today's show, we rip into that lame-o Golden Bachelor, the master of deceit and distraction, Mr. Mel Owens, plus Hawkeye Jeremy Renner's big problem. And get ready for this. Kim Kardashian failed her bar exam. Oh, so sad. Okay, we got a lot more than that. Let's go. Well, hello and welcome to Old People This Week. I'm Jeff, and those two, my partners in crime, are Cowboy Mike.
Hey, folks.
And, of course, Paul, who never met a husky he didn't like. And I'm talking about dogs, not large men, though he likes those too.
You are 100% correct about that.
Yeah. All right, first of all, the big news, big breaking news, bigger than opening the government, bigger than anything going on in the United States, is the fact that Old People This Week has just surpassed the 2,000 subscribers. That's right, I said 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I know why they're subscribing.
Okay.
Because you are outspoken, smart, and will tell you what you need to know whether you like it or not.
Negative comments notwithstanding.
Oh, we got this. What I'm just going to do is read a comment here from Susan P. 8344. Just simply, we love you guys. And then from Heather East, who's written to us before, she said, I love the dry commentary. I don't know how dry it is. We're pretty not dry guys. The Mel updates are beyond hilarious. That's not because of us. That's because that goof, Golden Bachelor in
He gives
himself.
us great material to work with.
Yeah.
It's great material. She said, by the way, if there's a blonde, he's going to pick her. Finally, the Allison Moreland, who under whatever rock she's been living under, now has come back to life, and she's writing again to us about Mike. And she said, love your new glasses, very hip and good looking.
Exactly. See, that woman has remarkably good taste.
I'm on, you must be sending her a check every week.
Listen, they had my vast fan club.
You better do something about that hair, though. It's looking awful weird today. It's sticking up spiky.
It looks fabulous. Look at that. Absolutely symmetrical cut. Delightful.
Coiffed.
And here's something you need to know whether you like it or not. Mel Owens, the golden grifter, has promised himself to someone, or has he? It's time for, yes, the Golden Bachelor recap. Quickly, the two finalists, Peg and Cindy, joined Mel in Antigua. First, he has an overnight in the fantasy suite with Peg that looks awkward and phony and about as intimate as a colonoscopy. Then he has dinner with the very smart, beautiful Cindy, who tries like hell to get him to commit to anything, that he likes her, or that he may marry her. And he's like, well, maybe in 2 years. And when she says that she can't handle that, he says, wait for it. That's fair. Well, that's not fair. It's not fair to her. It's not fair to the viewers, especially. We had to watch that. And then he ducked and evaded and mumbled some more, and he was uncomfortable. And she rightfully says, F this, and walks for good. Yep. Then Mel realizes that he's going to look like a total skunk on national TV if he doesn't give a ring to someone. So he puts the full court press on Peg, makes it seem like it was all Cindy's fault that she left, and Peg buys it. And he gives her the same story, and he gives that same story to Jesse and to his own sons, and then he gets on national TV with Cindy and tries to gaslight her. Thankfully, she had enough class to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And you know what? Peggy got out of all of this a promise ring. Read the report today. He gave her a promise ring. Mm-hmm. And you know what that stands for?
Nothing.
All right, Mike, Paul, one of you guys, what do you think?
Well, my take... I was so angry I wanted to throw a shoe through the TV. But I thought the whole show was a fraud. Yeah. The whole damn thing was a fraud. And I don't think anyone on the production side was surprised by the fact that Mel was going to make a commitment. I mean, they're not that stupid. So they let this whole thing unfold, knowing that what he really was looking for was a playmate. He just wants somebody to pal around with and be a buddy. He has no intention of committing to Peg. He's not going to marry Peg. And I will predict that within 90 days, this charade will be up.
I agree with Mike. I really think this was a con from the beginning, and I think that the producers and the network just weren't happy with this. They couldn't have been. I think Cindy is a smart, intelligent. She said it herself. I can go back to Austin and go back to casual dating and enjoy myself. Yeah. And I think that's what that's what her future holds. And maybe she'll find Mr. Right. Hopefully, she will. I think for Peg. And she sort of cited it when Mel started into that whole thing and let me tell you what happened last night, and then I'm going to have to ask you, and not that you think you're going to be sloppy seconds. No. It's
yeah.
Someone
tell me why Mel Owen signed on to do this show anyways.
Well, yeah, because
he wasn't ready to commit to
Cindy nailed him. She said, remember last episode, she said, this whole thing's kind of a leap of faith. And he said, well, that's not how my life worked. I don't do leap of faith. And she said, well, wasn't that kind of the premise of this whole thing when we started?
Exactly.
It's a leap of faith.
The premise. She reminded him last night that in the logo of the show is a wedding ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the whole premise of it. I blame ABC. They knew they had a dog 2 weeks in. They had no drama, no excitement, no sexual tension. Just that phony baloney, dim-witted jock who doesn't have the emotional capacity to be on a TV show in which a bachelor is expected to find true love. They just miscast the whole thing. But what bothered me about it was they got to that point last night and they're on live or whatever, and so Jesse and those guys play along with it. Jesse was actually like sympathizing with Mel that, you probably didn't expect it when Cindy didn't want to, come to the fantasy suite with you. Well, don't play along with it. It's your fault. It's going to take some doing to get me to watch this next year, other than just to get on and just to rip it.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not watching it. And to your point, I completely lost it for Jesse last night too. I thought that was such a bullshit performance.
Yeah. In essence, a host represents the audience. The audience is living out their the show through that person. And you wanted Jesse to say, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, exactly.
Mel, what are you doing? Instead, he just played along with the network.
Do you remember the problems Hugh Grant had in Hollywood with picking up a hooker once and then appearing on Jay Leno's show? And the question that Jay Leno said when he first came out and sat in the chair was, "What the hell were you thinking?" And that's the approach that Mel needed.
Yeah, Jesse was pathetic. I mean, and Mel, I know it seemed like, man, and how did that work out? How did that come about?
Well, anyway, so the bottom line is that the disappointment runs deep on this one for me. And then, if you should have seen my wife, she was really pissed off because she took umbrage to Mel getting on that stage with Cindy and then kind of gaslighting her. Like, well, if you would come with me to the fantasy suite, well, if you would have gone through the journey. No. There was no reason to try to force her to go through in that fantasy suite with you. It was your fault. Own it. Fool. What an idiot.
Asshole. The journey was over way before that fantasy suite option presented itself. He just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So my prediction is we're there. There's nothing more to discuss about this show. It's just it was whacked out. It was a complete waste of time. They will string this along for a while, Mel and Peg, so they don't look like imbeciles, and then they'll drift apart, and that'll be the end of it.
90 days.
She lives in Vegas. He lives in Southern California in Orange County. They're not going to see each other. He's not going to move her out to Orange County.
No, and the other telling thing was the two sons. The one son was just like Mel when he was talking to Peg. He just looked at her with this blank look on his face, and the only question he asked was, "So, do you think you can get along with my dad?" Yeah. They were, oh God.
Well, here, just before we go any further, and then to wrap this thing up about those sons, because that also is, there's real life here, right? And those here is real sons.
Yeah.
The real sons who have a real mother whom they presumably love, who's in the middle of a divorce with that idiot Mel.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're supposed to get on an airplane and fly to Antigua and be all nicey nice to the woman that dad's taken up with when mom's back home involved in this divorce.
Yeah, and rooting him on. Give me
everything about this thing reeks of phoniness and just it's ham-handed. They don't tell the truth, and they got this idiot out there, and he's, oh my God. All right, at any rate, That's it for the end of us, unless those two get married and we have one more show to completely rip them apart. But
Yeah, they will.
that's it. Let's go back to reality and back to the rest of the world.
Here we go.
There we go.
Okay. We have problems, Mike and Paul and I, because we're old men and we just, we live regular lives, so we have problems. But we don't have problems like Jeremy Renner has problems.
Oh,
This is true.
Jeremy Renner, who's in the Marvel world as, what is his name, Hawkeye,
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
allegedly been sending threatening, crazy, sexted texts to his former a person he had a partnership with, a Chinese filmmaker named, hopefully I won't botch this too bad, Yi Zhao, Zhou.
yeah.
And she's accused the Oscar-nominated actor of sending her explicit photos and pornographic videos,
Yeah.
engaging in drunken tirades, and later threatening to call ICE when their relationship soured.
I'm not really clear on what the deal is.
Yeah, I trying to follow the timeline of this thing is kind of weird because there was this long crazy Instagram post, and then what's come since then, this interview she did with some media outlet. She said in the candid interview with the Daily Mail, that's the media, she said that the actor's behavior escalated during what was supposed to be a routine meeting at his home. I was discussing about the logistics, doc meaning documentary, and he drank an entire bottle of wine alone and got angry, yelling for 2 hours, she recalled. I had to location share to my team, my parents, and Disney colleagues in case something happened to me. They know where I am. He invites her over for a meeting, and then when she gets there, according to her account, he just sits there, drinks an entire bottle of wine, gets hammered, gets mean, and to the point where she has to hide into a bedroom at his house in order not to be safe from him.
Yeah. When did the option of just getting up and leaving not come up?
Well, that's true too. I don't know. Maybe he held her there. Maybe she didn't feel safe. Clearly, so Renner has subsequently filed a cease and desist letter, in which the actor claims that the pair briefly had one brief consensual encounter prior to the meeting at his house, and he accuses her of sending him hundreds of explicit messages. But he had told her that he wasn't interested in a relationship. Oh, whatever. And then the thing goes on from there. It's just stupid.
Well, in either case, his or hers, wouldn't they have the pictures of the text and they could quite simply prove their case and this whole thing would just go away? I mean, all this back and forth bullshit makes you wonder who's got facts and not.
Yeah. We don't know who has the incriminating sexting on their phone, but somebody does.
Yeah, and TMZ would already be running it if it existed. So,
well, that's who some of this reporting is by. Our old friends at TMZ.
Yeah.
TMZ, better known as the AP of sleazy journalism.
For decades now.
I did a show before TMZ existed called Celebrity Uncensored, and had the managers, agents, and other representatives of every star we covered basically threatening my life because we were even put a show on like that on the air. But so it went away quickly, but then came TMZ and they get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay. On to somebody funnier and stupider. P. Diddy. Now we've talked about him, that ridiculous video of him kicking that poor woman around.
Yeah.
His trial. The subsequent, after the trial, when his family basically went out partying after the sentencing. And now we get the report today he's gotten into trouble for drinking in prison.
Shocker.
Jeez, what a shock.
He was drinking, to get this, contraband alcohol behind bars at Fort Dix in New Jersey, where he's only been there for a week, serving his 50-month prison sentence. So the dude gets down there, and in the first week he gets caught drinking alcohol, but it's not alcohol like you and I drink alcohol. So check this out. It was the prisoners there get together somehow and ferment a drink of Fanta, sugar, and apples.
Martinelli's cider vinegar.
It's more like that
Okay.
Thunderbird that we've talked about before that I used to drink in college.
Yeah.
What's the price? 20 twice. What's the action? Satisfaction.
Action.
What's the reason? Grapes in season. And we did drunk on that and buy it for, you'd pay $1 a bottle, and then in college just get out of our minds.
That's the saddest story I've.
It really is. I'd walk into your room, you're doing bunny shadows on the wall. It's like, no.
Yeah. There was no woman at college that would come near me after I'd been drinking Thunderbird wine, by the way. I'd be worse than Jeremy Renner sitting there screaming.
I wonder
All
if
right.
getting run over by a snowmobile might have screwed things up a little bit.
You think
Yeah, that's
so?
right. That was
remember
at
he
least a year ago.
He almost
Christmas.
died in that whole affair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn
He
near
got
killed him.
he got off, and somehow the snow the snow machine that he was on,
Yeah.
he somehow got in front of it, and it ran him over.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, he barely survived that one.
yeah.
All right, Mike, this is we talked about this before. I'm not sure if it was with Paul or not, but Kim Kardashian. This is shocking news. Kim Kardashian failed her bar exam.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm shocked.
Shocking.
I'm shocked.
So first of all, we reported about months ago that she had, and I'm using the quote unquote here, gone to law school. And
Right.
the reason I'm quote unquoting it is because she took, now what she did is legal, and she's not the only person ever done this, but instead of taking classes like every other law student does, she had permission to get her degree by shadowing real lawyers and lawyers' offices. So for months and months, evidently, she would go on a regular basis to a law firm and shadow real lawyers, and somehow, some way, she got her degree.
Genius
Okay.
that she is, absorbed all that information and learned all the tactical tricks.
She didn't absorb enough of it because she had to take that law test. She had to take the bar exam, and she revealed Sunday that she had missed the mark on the California bar exam, but promised to keep studying until she passes.
Yeah, good luck. It's the toughest exam in the country, by the way. It's a bitch.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not a lawyer yet. I just play a very well-dressed one on TV. And by the way, that show, I don't have the name of it in front of me, but I saw the promos for it. Is the goofiest. Glenn Close is in it. The
Yeah.
goofiest.
Oh my God, the cast is stellar. The cast is fantastic.
But
It's the most panned show that's out there, and it's like the most watched show ever in Hulu history, all because of Kim K.
yeah, well, you're watching it to see how bad she is. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
People watch train wrecks and car wrecks.
I saw somewhere that she'd written that there was she failed it because of misinformation from Chat GPT.
Of course.
Did you see that?
No, that's funny
Yeah.
though. You can't trust Chat
She's
GBT, girlfriend.
No, she blamed AI and Chat GPT for her misdoings.
Yeah. It's easy to blame Chat GBT for anything then. Anything goes wrong. It wasn't me, it was Chat GBT.
Yeah, that'll be the new excuse of the future. The dog ate my homework has gone away. And now it
Yes.
is ChatGPT misled me.
Yeah.
You are 1,000 times correct. Yeah.
Okay. Tom Brady has been given a quote unquote second chance with a clone of his beloved family dog.
A second
Fox
chance.
Sports
Why do we
broadcaster
care?
and retired. Huh?
Why do we care?
I don't.
Because
Care less
he's
about
cloning
Tom
his
Brady and
dog.
his
Isn't that
friggin'
weird?
Dog.
His dog's name was Junie. A clone of his. Junie is a clone of the original dog, a pit bull mix named
Yeah.
Lua.
Yes, and you too can have your own for $50,000.
Is that what it costs?
It's $50,000. Yeah.
I wonder what it cost that, Alan Hamill to clone that Suzanne Summers.
That's
50,000.
probably like 5K.
cheaper.
Yeah.
And then Brady shared the details about Junie as part of a news release by Colossal Biosciences, which announced it has acquired Viagen, a company that specializes in animal cloning.
And by the way, Brady owns stock in the company.
Yeah, I'll bet he does too. He got that
does,
for
he does.
free. Yeah.
Of course he
Well,
does.
and then he didn't even get charged $50K for the dog cloning.
No,
You know
that's what it cost you and Mike and I.
Yeah. Well, I'm not getting any dogs cloned. You already have, Paul. You already have dozens of huskies. You don't need to be cloning anything. And I'm not cloning that Truman.
Especially a damn pit bull. One would be enough.
Yeah. Well, what worried me is that this last week, Mike, you reported that his mom had just passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next? Where's the next cloning going to happen?
As a sidebar, did you see in Fox Sports related news that Mark Sanchez is out?
Yeah, but none of us are shocked at that. He was in real life.
No, but it got very quiet, didn't it, for a long time there since he came back. And the last thing we heard, now his brother's doing all the talking, and that's it.
Yeah, well, anytime that I've had to fire talent, you didn't just fire them on the same day that you got pissed off about it, that something happened. You had to go to 55 different meetings with lawyers and HR people and whatever else to get it straightened out, spin doctors before you pulled the trigger and fired him. That's the same thing that happened here. They said Sanchez has got to go, but how do we ease him out of here so that Fox doesn't look so stupid? Nobody wants to associate themselves with a fool who got drunk enough to basically attack a poor driver of a guy who's coming to get old grease from a restaurant and then get stabbed twice or three times for it. Who's going to, if I was Sanchez right now,
It's still a bizarre story. Yeah, it's still a bizarre story.
Yeah.
it's bizarre story, but it would be really bizarre if you took out the word how drunk he was. When you put in the fact there that he was hammered, anything can happen. All right, as much as I hate to announce this, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Via Con Dios.
Our audience breathlessly awaits every week to discover
Breathlessly right.
and hear from the annals of the dear departed. This one, however, will put you in a better mood because it's fairly brief, but some notables. First of all, much to Paul's dismay, Lenny Wilkins, 88 years old, who was the godfather of Seattle basketball.
Yep. Championship he brought to Seattle Supersonics history in 1979.
Yeah,
he was a player. He was a player coach, and he's 3 times inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
1,332 career wins is still third all time in the NBA.
Yeah. And he's also coached more basketball games in his life than any other person ever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
And then also sports related, Paul Tagliabue, 84 years old. He was a longtime NFL commissioner.
The previous NFL commissioner. Yeah.
He was nobody remembers Paul Tagliabue. He was between Roselle and this guy they got now, and nobody remembers Paul Tagliabue. When I saw the picture, I kind of recognized him.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, keep going before I pass out.
And then, I know. Try not to nod off here, because one of your all-time favorite political figures, Dick Cheney, died at 84 years old. Vice president for 2 terms with George W. Bush, and was the former CEO of Halliburton, the energy company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Cheney. Yeah, I remember him. Neocon. Yep, I remember Dick. All right, what else?
That's it.
Hey,
Yeah, see?
hey, it's my birthday. Get done with that bike on this quickly.
You are so easy. You really are easy.
All right. We're always talking about scams on here because, unfortunately, people, scam artists like to pick on boomers. Yeah. And this one, though, got me because this one, at least for Paul and I, hits home. If you like, for example, if your dog went missing, what would you do? You might, you'd be worried to death. And in my case, where I live, people post it out of this thing called Nextdoor.
Yeah.
Or they literally get a picture of their dog and they put it up, on around the neighborhood on telephone poles and stuff. Have you seen this dog? My poor little dog's missing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's not, stuff like this is not just seen by people who live in the neighborhood. In this case, they're talking about this group of swindlers who see postings of missing animals, and they're not even in America. They're like over in, Africa somewhere.
Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah, Nigeria. And then they call up the people and they basically say, we found your dog and it's hurt and it needs immediate surgery. And then they demand immediate payment via cash apps like Zelle or PayPal in order for the pet to receive life-saving medical care.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you know how people are about their pets. Paul would have been digging in his pocket for his Amex card within moments to pay off if they said, "When you're on my Huskies," so not me though, by the way. Truman could, if the guy says Truman's in the hospital, I say, good, keep him there.
Yeah, poor Truman.
Poor Truman.
No, it wouldn't be poor Truman because
No, it
my
would be
wife
poor
would have
you.
been.
Valerie would beat you within an inch of your life if you neglected Truman in his time of
If
need.
Valerie got two phone calls in a row, and the first one was, your dog is injured and needs $10,000, and the other call was, your husband is injured and needs $10,000. There's no choice, no question about which one she would choose.
Make the check out to Truman.
Yeah, make that. Yeah, Truman, I'll save. Where's that old man at? Oh, he's all right. All right, but that's a terrible thing.
It is. It's just a scam of, unbelievable.
The one I've been getting lately, Jeff, I think you documented some of these too, are these random questions that just pop up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally unrelated to anyone you know or whatever. And it's just the one I just got yesterday was, are you in the middle of something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean text?
Yeah,
No,
the text. They're
yeah,
just,
it's a text.
come on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I get them all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And today I got one that was actually even personalized. It was like, hey, Paul, is it okay if I call you back at 9:00?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got one recently that said, and I'm not kidding, it's going to sound like I'm making this up, but it's not. It said, I'm cooking Thai food tonight. Would you like to come over? And, people like, if you're, now me and Mike and Paul, we got minds like steel traps. We're not taken by this stuff. And plus we talk about it all the time. But if you're some older boomer and you're out in the sticks somewhere and you don't have anybody around to talk about it, and somebody calls you up and says, A, we have your pet. You need to send me 10 grand to fix the pet up. Or B, what are you doing? Give me a call. I miss you. You'll get scammed.
Yeah.
Just hang up. You're not insulting them. It's like, just hang up.
Well, Mike will tell you what to do.
Unplug your phone, unplug your computer, stay in your house. Don't open the door for anyone you don't know. And even if it's someone you know, make them slide their driver's license under the door before you open the door.
Yeah. All right, Paul, we got to talk about more monkey mania here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, first of all, I can't find my notes on it here. Oh, I know what it was. There are more on those crazed monkeys that are running wild in Mississippi. Here's some disturbing video.
They're all loose. Contain the area. They're everywhere.
That was scary.
And then we found out, or Paul, you told me that two of them were actually shot by citizens. You told us in our captive audience that one of them was shot by a single mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was shot by the town pastor.
Yeah, the boy. God works in
You got your
mysterious
arm?
ways.
Praise.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. So so what happened was the mom, who was a single mom, and she worried for the safety of just living alone, and she had a little one. She had a revolver she kept in the house. Well, she sees one of those monkeys out in the backyard, and she goes out there and starts shooting at it.
She had to be a pretty good shot if she shoot a revolver at a monkey.
Now, She said
Yeah.
she was nervous and missed the first shot, and then she plugged it.
Right. They breed all these monkeys and they ship them off to Montana and California and all over the country. And
How do I know you're not a monkey? Pretend to be
Huh?
Paul.
Well, they're all just, I mean, it's the business, like people who want monkeys for research purposes, you know what I
They're
mean?
shipping
So,
them to research centers.
yeah, so South Carolina is numero
not what we're
uno
talking
here on sending the monkeys out, and they're talking about there's no, legal
There's no regulation.
transportation regulations on them. Yeah, thank you.
The story was not just that they were shipping monkeys around. They were shipping sick, crazy monkeys around.
Infected.
One thing to say you're shipping healthy monkeys around to research facilities to work on diseases to get, for other people to get, get better from. This was they're shipping around crazed, rabid monkeys.
And I thought if you take the idea of snakes on the plane and then you go to monkeys on the plane, why air transport carriers will not ship monkeys?
Yeah, I wouldn't ship a monkey.
Yeah.
Those things are smart now, like we've been talking about.
Oh my God!
You could go out and get on the airplane and look up front, and one could be sitting up there in the cockpit, laughing at you, just to show you how smart they've become. Here, look at this video. I'm talking to you.
Internet, it's your boy, former test subject 4B, now free range legend. We out here in whatever this is supposed to be. Mississippi? Bruh, it smelled like boiled ditch water and broken dreams. And half a corn dog. Yeah, thanks, Tammy. Exhibit A, that upside down truck back there. Humans spilled us everywhere like a bag of croutons, then dipped.
If you see one of those monkeys that we just showed, you just run your ass off before they get you.
Yeah, run.
Run.
Yeah.
All right, if you walk, like I said, if you walk in the house and you see one of these, gorilla sofa, then
Gorilla
you
sofas.
turn and run.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Speaking of turning and running, if you ever are around and you run into a guy named Kanye West, you turn and you run until you can't run anymore.
God.
He is as crazy as the craziest man in the world. We've talked before about his kids with Kim Kardashian, their crazy names. One is the Southwest or something, no, Northwest. And he's with this woman now named Bianca Censori, Censori. And he reportedly has rules for her body, including diet and exercise, to keep her looking her very best in skimpy outfits that he makes her wear. Sources say that the rapper apparently micromanages Bianca with a firm diet and exercise plan so that she looks good in her see-through dresses, including the invisible dress she wore at the Grammys. Now, I didn't see the. Did you see this invisible dress?
Yeah.
How could you see it? It's invisible.
Oh.
Oh, anyway, Kanye, who's 48 years old, and this woman, Bianca's 30, only lets her eat appetizers when they dine out together. And then at home, he gives her a small plate, meaning he'll give himself a regular dinner plate, but he gives her a little small plate to keep her portions under control. And then he's given her like soy something or tofu, and he's eaten his favorite food is fried chicken and macaroni and cheese.
Oh, great.
Great. Fantastic.
Well, and if she doesn't decide to leave that situation, then,
Yeah.
so sorry. I don't feel too bad for her.
No, she's going to bolt. One of these days she'll come home and say, where are you, Bianca? She'll be gone. She'll have taken off with one of the monkeys or somebody just to get away from him. How you feel? Ask me how I'm feeling, Mike.
How you feeling, Jeff?
I'm feeling 6'7". How are you?
Yeah, 6'7".
This week, the more dumb Gen Zer stuff announced at 6'7", and then they actually had a thing in here that says pronounced 6'7". How other people they're going to pronounce it? Was its word of the year, putting the nonsense internet slang trend that exploded among Gen Alpha and Gen Z and frustrated parents and teachers back in the spotlight. The meaning is fluid. Otherwise, I just let Paul tell you what it is. The online dictionary said that some people interpret it to mean so-so or maybe this, maybe that, but it can also be used in isolation to draw laughter and sow confusion. I'm 6'7".
Yeah, confusion.
Terrific. And if that's what they
Oh,
came
my
up
God.
with for the year word of the year, then that's just an indication of how screwed we are.
Yeah.
Last year was Riz. It started back by this song called Doot Doot, released by rapper Scurrilous. Did you know him, Mike, that rapper? Because you're a famous rapper.
Yeah, no. That was before him. I was way before his time. He
Before you
copied me.
became, before you were whiz bang, famous rapper.
Yeah, he copied me.
He copied you. And on this song that he wrote, he sings, "The way that switch, I know he's dying 6'7". The rapper has not revealed what 6'7" suggests, but it could be a reference to 67th Street in Skrilla's hometown of Philadelphia. Oh, my God.
He hasn't revealed it because he doesn't have any effing idea what it means himself.
No.
Just,
He doesn't know anything.
God.
Okay.
Save us.
All right, a couple more quick things in the news, then we'll get out of here for the week. Remember the guy that we report on who got all obstreperous when ICE surrounded him in Washington, D.C., and he flung a Subway sandwich at him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy. His name was Sean Dunn, and of all things, he worked at the Justice Department.
Good for him.
So he flings this, and then if you watch the video, if I have it here, I'll put it up. When he threw the sandwich, he turned and ran.
Fired his ass.
They fired him, and then first they tried to stick a felony on him, and that didn't wash. And then they said we're gonna bring him to trial as a misdemeanor, and guess what? He's found not guilty.
Yeah.
So Sean is walking away from that terrible crime of flinging a sandwich. By the way, if he flung that sandwich at me, I'd catch it and I'd start eating it. I'm not going to sit there and worry about it.
Well, if within the next 30 to 60 days we don't see him pop up as the spokesperson for a sub company, they missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah, Subway. They had to fire that guy who was the pedophile, and they bring this guy on.
Jared.
Jared.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's a weird dude. And then Mike, I think you sent me the story about Lyle Gittins, who's 108,
Yeah.
and his wife Eleanor Gittins, 107,
Yeah.
shared the secret to their, ladies and gentlemen, get this, 83-year marriage.
That's amazing.
They broke a Guinness World Record as the oldest married couple to exist. But their secret to their marriage, Mike, tell them. You remember?
No.
Because you didn't read what I send
I
you,
did.
of course.
I sent it to you. I just don't recall.
You didn't read it. See, they share a martini every night.
Yeah,
That's
boy.
one cocktail.
That's why my hair
what's
looks
his
like
name?
this.
Oh,
When
my
I'm
God, your
106,
hair
my hair is going to
ferocious.
look like this
Sticking
because
up
I have
all
a
over the
martini
place.
every night.
It's sticking
Seth
up like you
Meyers
got a shock, electric shock.
No,
Seth
look,
Meyers
there's
made a
talking.
good joke. Yeah. Seth Meyers made a good joke out of that. He goes, hey, it's a combined age of 215 years or 16 years. And he goes, yeah, he's 200 and she's 16. No.
Yeah, that's we saved that for our other friends, like what's his name, Bill Belichick. And then this story here, Arizona Superior Court judge was reassigned after allegedly being caught urinating in the public steps from a courthouse where she served. So this wasn't some guy. Like I thought, 99 times out of 100, or 999 times over 1,000, and there's some person urinating where they're not supposed to be. It's a man.
It's a guy.
Yeah.
In this case, it's not only a woman, but she's a freaking Superior Court judge.
And she does it
So
right in front of the
1:30 a.m.
courthouse.
Yeah, 1:30 a.m. Witnesses report a woman relieving herself on the same block as the courthouse where she worked. Oh my God! She said,
You gotta go.
Well, yeah, that's Mark Sanchez did that too. Remember? They found him, said, yeah, he drifted behind that trash can for a little while. I know what he was doing behind the trash can. So the body cam showed her pulling up her pants before quickly sitting on a bench. and the cops didn't buy it. They arrested her, and now she's going to have to face the whatever judicial committee to get out of that. All right. And finally, clothing optional beach is clothing optional beach, and we're at what state, Mike?
Got to be Florida. Please let it be Florida.
It has to be. It's always Florida. A clothing optional beach down there in Florida was closed for renovations. Yeah. I don't know how you renovate a beach, but
what
using in Florida. Yeah, they're renovating the sand.
Sand renourishment? I don't know.
Yeah. So these 6 people that I'm showing here, one guy's Daniel, he's 77, Donald, who's 74, Gatane, who's 73, Steve, who's 60, Elmer, who's 77, and Nicholas, who's 27 out of that group.
Yeah. Good for you, Nicholas. Yeah, get right in there.
He's 50 years younger than the oldest guy, and somehow he's hanging around with these old septuagenarians, and they took off all their clothes. They just went to some regular beach, took off all their clothes, and they went to some regular beach, and of course, the cops were called. They were charged with indecent exposure of their sexual organs, according to the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Posted that on Facebook.
I love it. I love it. Deputy,
I would never
put him in the back of the Suburban deputy.
You have 6 old, drunk, and probably naked people in the back of your police car. Oh man! And they don't look like, when you look at the 6 of them. Yeah.
That's a tough crew. They look more like bank robbers than sunbathers.
They look like meth heads who are just, let's take a break and go get naked on the beach. Oh, my God. Okay. So please subscribe. If you subscribe, Mike will come over to your house and he'll go to the nude beach with you if you want.
Wow. That's original.
I'll hold the gate for you.
Yeah. Oh, I would never go to a nude beach in a million years. It would just freak me out. You can email us at oldpeoplethisweek@gmail.com. As you know, we get many, many, many comments. I can't get through them anymore. And we also answer them. So if you call us, you have a question, just ask us and we'll tell you what to do. If somebody, for example, reaches out to you and says, your dog's in the hospital, send $10,000. Before you do, call us.
Call us.
And we'll yell at you for a while and we'll get you to hang up your phone and it won't cost you any money. Okay. And you can call us at 310-800-1830. It's our own private number. It belongs to Old People This Week. It rings. There's only one phone. It's a red phone like they used to have on the president's desk, and it lights up when somebody dials it. And one of the 3 of us will pick it up and we'll tell you whatever you need to know. Just you can call direct. Mike or Paul or I, we're always on duty. We'll answer the call.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, the Substack. If you check us out at 52task.substack.com. Last week, I wrote about my love of the Hallmark movie, the great Hallmark movies. I was only being semi-facetious, by the way.
That was very well done.
I like more about your build up to a breakdown there before the Hallmark movie.
Yeah. It was a bad week.
I was going like, that just sounds like an average day to me. I don't know what you're bitching about.
Yeah. So check out our Substack. And now, after we say goodbye, you'll see Reese, full-faced Reese, giving us his... we should actually have him on the show and do a live Old People Quote of the Week.
That would be fun. Last week was great, by the way.
Yeah.
That was
I don't think he spends more than 5-10 minutes a week doing this, finding the quote.
Are you kidding? He's got them all logged right in his old noggin there.
You and I know him, Paul. He is weird as weird comes. He probably does have them all up there in his brain.
His first thing that he ever said to me was, Paul, space is a big place.
Yeah. And he used to come out with stuff like that. He's a character. He is a character. I was trying to think of some stupid thing I've seen him do. I've seen him do a lot of stuff. But the one thing I've told before, I will say it again about Reese. I won't give his last name. You have to dig around and find it yourself. He is a professional. What's that game, Paul?
Croquet.
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 He's a professional croquet player, and I'm not kidding. The dude is a professional croquet player. He was the champion of the
No, we're
United
not
States.
making it up. He had to work his way up. He used to go and be the ball boy or whatever it was from when he first started out. Yeah.
Well, I remember when he moved into that house that he's still in, by the way, back in the, in the 80s.
Yes. Don't say anymore. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He would practice out and back, and he would recruit like guys like me to go over there and practice with. And at first it was fun. We would play a little croquet, and then it became him pounding the crap out of you with the, he would beat you. You wouldn't even get a shot. He would just, you had to go like around in a circle with the thing. He would pound you so bad, and then I gave up because it wasn't fun anymore. And then he kept going and going and going. Next thing you know, he's like the Tom Brady of croquet.
Professional.
And seriously, I think it's another Florida story. I think he's in like the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Croquet Hall of Fame.
Croquet Hall of Fame.
By the way, that light of yours keeps poking itself into the frame every once in a while, Paul.
I know. I'm just adjusting that right now. Don't worry about it.
I don't worry about it. I worry about everything. I worry about your drinking.
Technical expertise developed from a lifetime of work in television.
I saw it before you even said anything.
All right, everybody. Thank you. Adios, amigos. See you next week.
Adios. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Here's the old people this week quote of the week. When it comes to sex, at my age, I like threesomes, in case one of us dies. Rodney Dangerfield.
All right, see that.
Here's my prediction, by the way, Paul. Don't check off yet. Here's my prediction. He's going to discover he's gay.
No, it'll be
changed.
Peg.
He says
It'll be Peg and Cindy. Peg and Cindy go gay because they get.
I'm actually coming around to you two. I think he's just not going to pick either of them.
No, he's not going to pick anybody.
If he does, by the way, he's doing a disservice to both of those women because he would be lying about it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally.
So in the tease for next week, did you see that really brief flash of Cindy in bed, like they were in the fantasy suite?
Yes.
Ba-ba-boom.
So yeah.
I think so, wasn't it, or was it just verbal? No, it was.
No,
it
there was a picture of her, like, in with sheets.
Yeah, because I said that they didn't say anything in the episode itself, but in the promo for the following episode, upcoming.
Yeah.
So but they didn't show who she was in bed with.
It must be so good that's going to carry him through the first hour of that 2-hour special. That's
hopefully,
what my theory.
Because he clearly tells Peg it's no go. Because he's holding her hand and saying something has changed.
Something has changed, and I bet you if something crazy like Cindy walked out on him or something, you know what I mean? And then
I'm telling you, they didn't show who was in bed with her. It was Cindy was in bed with Peggy.
Yeah. We'll find out soon enough.
That could cause a change. You never know. Okay, gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.